Good Sunday morning, everybody, and welcome to Focus on South Florida. I'm CBS 4's Elliot Rodriguez in for Michelle Gillen. Kids in crisis are kids in need. They're stuck in a system that runs on survival, food, clothing, shelter, and safety. But once the bare necessities are met, then what? Well, a Miami-based nonprofit organization thinks it has the answer. It reaches out to at-risk kids in South Florida and other parts of the country, and it does it in a rather unorthodox manner through yoga. It even raises eyebrows with its name, Yoga Gangsters. Check this out, and the video may surprise you. Okay, not exactly what you might have expected in the video, and that's exactly the point. Joining me this morning is the founder of Yoga Gangsters, Terry Cooper, and let's also welcome Tierney Terville. She's a student who has participated in the program. And ladies, thank you very much for joining us on Focus this morning. Nice to have you here.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Terry, let me start with you.
Yeah.
Why the name Yoga Gangsters? Explain that.
You like it. It's edgy,
I
right?
like it. It gets my attention, I'll tell you that.
Well, that's the point. What we find is that often there's a misconception that some of the kids that live in some of the areas that are a little more diverse,
yes,
that there might be a misconception about the level of resource that they have regarding the support of their parents, the support of their community, their teachers, their network. The truth is that there's a lot of support there and a lot of love, and so we want to start to bring up some of those stereotypes as well as to address them. And I think yoga in and of itself is kind of, I don't know, some people perceive it to be kind of flighty or flaky, or maybe it tends to be a luxury pastime for wealthy Caucasian women, and we want to start to address that as well and start to diversify the face or shape of yoga.
And tell me how the program got started.
Yeah, sure. So, you know, I was a South Beach girl, bartending and dancing on speakers and having a little too much fun. And I found yoga, and it really affected me in a positive way. It changed my life and helped me to learn to deal with some of the aspects of my past that I hadn't really known how to deal with before. And with the yoga, it stimulates different parts of the brain and helps us to move out of a reactive place into a responsive place. It allows us to take more time to make better decisions. And it was so profound what it did for me that I immediately became a yoga teacher. And at the end of graduation, I thought to myself, where do I want to teach? Like, who do I think would really benefit from this? And I was like, I want to bring this to kids, and I wanted to bring it into neighborhoods that wouldn't normally have access to yoga. Most of the yoga studios or the places that do yoga are, you know, in the wealthier neighborhoods. Right. And so we wanted to really bring this healing tool into people who could use it.
So where do you take your yoga classes?
Sure. So we partner up with amazing nonprofit organizations such as Girl Power Rock, which is how we met Tierney. We also work in schools and shelters and jails and drug rehab centers and pretty much anywhere that people will let us come and teach them yoga.
And why yoga?
Well, you know, again, it's because yoga directly affects the symptoms of trauma. What we find is that trauma is a normal thing that happens for people all the time. We're all traumatized all the time, and trauma affects us on the physiological level, so it really stays in your body and your muscles, and it's somatic. And so when you practice yoga, you begin to stretch and breathe and move some of that unresolved energy out of your body. So like if you're traumatized, you can literally feel your body tensing up and you kind of carry it here. And the reality is in our world, we can't just be crazy and upset when we get traumatized. We have to like shrug it off and pretend like everything's okay and get back to work.
I want to find out what kind of reaction you've gotten going into the inner city with yoga classes. A little bit unusual, but I want to talk to this young lady here. First of all, what school do you go to?
Downtown Miami Charter School.
Downtown Miami Charter. I happen to know that that is an excellent school. This is by pure coincidence because one of my daughters is a teacher at Downtown Miami Charter. I know it's a wonderful school. It's in a great location there in downtown Miami. How did you find out about Yoga Gangsters?
Well, this year, my mom recently sent me to a girl power, and Yoga Gangsters came and did programs there, and I just like yoga and doing the poses, so that's how I found out about it.
How much did you know about yoga before this?
Not a lot, because I did a few classes in Coral Gables with my mom and some of her friends, and it was really fun for me.
What is it about yoga that you enjoy?
Because I like getting more flexible, because my goal is to be like really flexible when I grow up, because I want to be like a triple threat dancer, singer, actor.
So you were into dancing before yoga,
Yes.
so you think that helped? Now, how about your friends? You talk to your friends about doing this? What do they say?
Yeah, like I told my friends, I was like, you guys should come to Girl Power with me, because we get to do yoga and we get to be on TV, and it's so much fun.
And you're doing a great job on TV too, let me tell you this. All right, so what reaction, Terry, do you get when you go into the inner city and you say, oh, let's start a yoga class?
Yeah. You know, and a lot of the programs we just get yes, we want to, we're so excited, thank you for coming. And then sometimes in maybe the drug rehab centers or in the juvenile detention centers, a little bit more tough, I get a lot of, I ain't doing no yoga. And for me, I'm always like, challenge accepted, you know, when I see a kid who says they seem to be resistant and perhaps a little shut down and scared, rightly so, you know. We start to create connection first and figure out a way to just relate to them one-on-one. And if I can earn their trust a little bit, or at least relate to them a little bit, then they might let me teach them yoga.
Okay, how do you get your funding to do this?
Our funding, that is the big question for all nonprofits, right? Right now we are a grassroots organization and we are completely self-funded. We rely on the love and the support of the people who are watching this show and all of the yoga community that gets behind us and makes big donations.
Okay, and I know you have two big events.
We do.
One is going on today, Sunday, and then one is going on next week. You want to tell me about those events?
Sure. So today we're in Fort Lauderdale at Fat Village at the Projects, which is an awesome little venue. We're going to be doing a lot of yoga. We've got tons of vendors, healthy food, and just a great atmosphere to come and bring your family and be a part of our amazing day and get to feel what we do. And we're going to do the same thing next week in Miami, Sunday the 28th, at Rail 71, which is in the Little River District.
And anybody can show up?
Everybody's welcome. $25 at the door to get in, and all of the money goes towards our amazing programming. Keep us
You need
live.
to bring your own little yoga mat?
If you have, you should bring your yoga mat. I'm sure there'll be some for sale as well, but otherwise, you know, we can keep it raw and organic and just roll with what we've got.
Tierney, what do you want to tell your friends that may be watching and thinking, oh, I'm not sure I want to do yoga or not? What do you want to tell them?
I told you so.
I love it.
You told them so. You told them that you were going to be on TV. You told them that you were going to be a star in yoga. You're doing great, aren't you?
Yeah, and now when they're jealous, I would say you could have had the chance, but you didn't want to.
There you go. You heard it right here. Terry, before we go, what's the website for people to get more information? They want to donate. Maybe there's some yoga instructors out there that want to volunteer.
Love it. We're always looking for new volunteers. They can check out our training. We equip people with some knowledge around trauma and diversity to get them prepared. Yogagangsters.org.
And that's the website.
That's the one.
Thank you, ladies, very much. Terry Cooper and Tierney Thurvell with Yoga Gangsters in South Florida. Thank you
so
very
much, Elliot.
Thanks for